Hey guys, I'm back to another video. Today's video is a countdown video, and I'm counting down my top 5 favorite PlayStation 3 games of all time. Now, since the console is now at the end of its cycle, I think it's a great time to go and look back on probably one of my favorite consoles of the last generation, the PS3. So, let's begin with number 5.
Number 5. Uncharted is a franchise that was well known as a PlayStation exclusive. Uncharted 2 in particular is my favorite in the franchise. I actually played this game before the first one because I had a chance to borrow it when I had my PS3 early on, and I did purchase the first and second game later down the road since the third game was announced and on the way. Uncharted 2 is an action-adventure game with third-person shooting mechanics. The story was pretty good and the graphics were really impressive for the time. The jump between the first Uncharted game and the second Uncharted game was amazing. The amount of polish and improvement they made for the second one was outstanding. That's probably the main reason why this game won so many awards, including Game of the Year. Uncharted 3 is more of Uncharted 2, I find, with better graphics and a new story. But I did find myself enjoying Uncharted 2 more than 3, probably because I sat down and finished Uncharted 3 within one sitting, while with Uncharted 2, I actually took my time with the game. But hey, either way, Uncharted 2 is a great game for the time and really put Naughty Dog on the spot. Number 4. Ratchet & Clank is a platformer franchise that was forged during the PS2 era. Now the series is receiving its own movie as well as a PS4 title coming soon. There are many titles to go and choose from when it comes to Ratchet & Clank on the PS3. Personally, I love Into the Nexus. It was really hard for me to choose between this game and A Crack in Time, but when it comes down to it, this game is just more of classic Ratchet & Clank gameplay I know and love. Into the Nexus might be a short Ratchet & Clank game, really short when compared to A Crack in Time, but honestly, Into the Nexus is probably the best Ratchet & Clank game when it comes to gameplay. The story isn't exactly all that amazing, but it does keep the Ratchet & Clank charm that fans know and love. Number 3. I've talked about this game so much since I started this channel, and I'm going to talk about it right now. Infamous 2 takes the number 3 spot because it has a great story, improved gameplay, and so much more. Infamous 2 improves all of the flaws found within the last game, such as improving the combat by the inclusion of the amp, and so much more, like the new powers you acquire are really fun to use and useful as well. The story is pretty engaging and keeps you interested the whole way through, and the story is the main reason why I love this game and the entire series in general, and why this was my favorite PS3 game for the longest time. The graphics themselves were pretty stellar for the time as well, and if you really like the first game, you will definitely enjoy your time with the sequel. Infamous 2 is a solid sandbox action adventure game. You'll enjoy this game from beginning to end because I sure did. Number 2. I've been anticipating this title since its initial announcement. I was surprised that this franchise even got a sequel because it's been 6 years since we've seen this guy in action. Sly IV was announced during Sony's E3 presentation of 2011. I was really surprised by this announcement. I mean, it's been so long since we've seen Sucker Punch make a new Sly game. Why now? Turns out that Senzaro Games was taking that franchise under their wing, and the only notable thing that they've done in the past was the Sly collection on the PS3. This worried some fans, including myself, but more information came out on the game, including gameplay footage, and I personally had faith within Senzaro Games to make a great Sly Cooper game. Since Senzaro Games handled the collection, they pretty much know the Sly games inside and out. They managed to emulate the gameplay from the previous games onto the PS3 so well. The story isn't exactly anything amazing, but I did see some curveballs being thrown at me here and there. The gameplay is pretty good despite the segments with the 6-axis controls being required, and that being the only major flaw I found. Good story, solid gameplay, superb graphics. This is my second favorite Sly Cooper game out of the entire franchise, so this one is definitely a must-own to any Sly Cooper fan or to anyone that's into platformers in general. Number 1. Oh, this game. I was not planning on playing this game when I launched on the PS3, and I had no intentions on playing it when I launched on the PS4 either. But now, here I am. I've played the game 3 times over now because the game is just that damn good. The Last of Us was a pleasant surprise for me. Not exactly a huge person that followed Naughty Dog at the time, but after falling in love with this game, I am following them every step of the way. The Last of Us is another action-adventure game during the apocalypse. It's not like Uncharted, since in The Last of Us, everything is limited. Bullets, medkits, all of that is limited to what you can find within this world. There is a bit of realism added since when you aim your gun, you won't aim perfectly. There's a bit of swaying added. A fungus has infected the human race, causing you to turn into these zombie-like creatures. The main aspect of most games that are set within the apocalypse are the characters. The Walking Dead is famous for its characters and the story it brings along with it because of this apocalyptic world. The Last of Us is no different. You'll fall in love with Joel and Ellie and their chemistry that will soon be forged. You will want to see these characters grow and see what they will do for each other. Really, The Last of Us is a great game when it comes to gameplay, graphics, soundtrack, and especially the story. The story is what sells The Last of Us, and if you haven't picked this game up already, it's on the PS3 and PS4, so yeah, definitely pick it up. Highly recommended. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys haven't already, you can subscribe. I have new videos up every Saturday, and you can also like the video. It lets me know that you guys really did like the video and you want to see more stuff like this, so it gives me some feedback. If you want, you can comment down below on your favorite PS3 games, and you can also do it on Twitter as well. I would like to go and see what some of your guys' favorite PlayStation 3 games are, so you can do that if you want. And speaking of Facebook and Twitter, I have those, and I update my future videos on there. So if you guys want to get updates and other stuff like that, you can obviously follow me on there. And there are two videos on your screen right now. There is my infamous Second Son review, and there is also my video that I actually released last week, which was my Sly Cooper 4 Thieves in Time 2 years later. And that's basically me going into Sly Cooper for the game, basically. And I talk about it a bit, and I see on how it has held up and stuff like that, and then I talk about the future of our favorite raccoon. So yeah, if you guys want, you can go and check those videos out, whichever one you want, and you can also just check out my channel for more videos, so that is also an option. So that is all I have for today. Thank you guys for watching this video again, and I'll see you guys next time with more videos. Game on, gamers!